Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I was going to share a cabin tour with you from our ski trip last week. However, the first night we were not able to stay in the cabin because of some high winds that caused the cabin to lose power and water, and therefore we stayed at this cute little trailer motel place in New Mexico. It was near Taos. And so I decided to go ahead and show you footage from that location where we stayed because I really loved this little location as well. I will try to share with you all of the crazy things that happened on this vacation in this video. If I don't get to everything, I will share it in our ski trip vlog. But this was the first of many crazy things that happened. We were not able to stay in the cabin on the first night, and so we had to find this alternate location. But this vintage trailer was just adorable. I absolutely loved it. I was oohing and eyeing over it the whole time. It was a little bit tight for 5 people, 5 grown adults at that, and a dog, but we made it work for the one night. And like I said, I just absolutely loved it. So I wanted to share this footage with you of what this trailer looked like on the inside. So we were driving from Austin, Texas to Taos, New Mexico, and that's a 12 or 13 hour drive, even without stops. But when I was driving, the very end of the night, I got pulled over because I was speeding. Funny thing was, I kept saying over and over again, what is the speed limit? Because it kept changing. I was not trying to speed. Nevertheless, I did get a ticket. Luckily, it was only $82, which I was quite shocked by because here in Austin, it would have been much more. So I guess that's the good news, but yet another snafu that happened.
Please, just another.
So this was the next day. We were driving on our way to the cabin, and as you can see, there is barely any snow. So that was another unfortunate thing that happened. It would have been nice if there was more natural snow. Luckily, Taos Ski Valley does make their own snow, but many of their runs were not opened since there was not any natural snow or very little natural snow. But the runs that were open were actually quite nice, so we were pleased with that. So this is out back, I guess kind of the backyard of the cabin. It was right next to a little creek, which was beautiful. There was running water that you could hear, so that was really nice. You can see that here. Some of it was frozen, but there was some running water, so it was beautiful looking and sounding. I absolutely loved this cabin. Usually when we go skiing, we kind of rough it. We don't need a whole lot of space. It did have 3 bedrooms if you counted the loft area, and it was, I believe, just under 800 square feet. So it was relatively small, but I absolutely loved this place. I would love to one day live in an A-frame home. I just love the style of it. So another unfortunate thing that happened was the first night we were there, we actually still didn't have water. There was a well, and outside there was like a spout where we could get water, but we didn't have running water in the cabin. So it was giving me PTSD from the winter storm we had in Austin, where we had to use our pool water to flush our toilet. We had to go out with like a pitcher to get water from the outside to refill the water tank. And of course, the first night we couldn't take a shower since there was no indoor water running. These stairs were a little precarious. They were very thin, so it was kind of hard to go up and down these stairs. We actually blocked it off so that our dog couldn't go up, because he could get up but then not back down. So the second day we did have running water, but we had no hot water. And so it was yet another day of no showering, unless we wanted to take an ice cold shower, which would have not been fun. But from communicating with the owner of the cabin, we learned that the power had been tripped on the hot water heater, and that is why it wasn't making any hot water. So we were able to go ahead and fix that. My youngest son stayed up here in this loft room, and we actually did bring a blow-up bed because my sons are kind of getting too big to share a bed. The blow-up bed ended up fitting better in kind of the living space rather than up here with my other son. So we put the blow-up bed in the living space, and my middle son stayed down there. So this little hallway right off of the kitchen area had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Yes, the 5 of us shared 1 bathroom, but this was the larger of the 2 rooms down here. So my husband and I and our dog stayed in this room. So another crazy thing that happened was on the last day we were going to ski, I noticed that morning that where the space heater was plugged in the living room, that outlet started to smoke. So I was really glad that we were able to see that and unplug it before we left to go skiing that day. This other room is where my daughter stayed, and it was just slightly smaller than the first room down here, but still plenty of space for a queen-size bed.
I'm finally awake. I can finally see clearly.
There were a couple more crazy things that happened at the tail end of the trip. Definitely be on the lookout for my next video where I share our ski trip vlog with you, and I will share more about other things that happened on this trip. I don't know why, but we tend to have all of these crazy things happen to us whenever we go on ski trips. I always have stories from our ski trips.
Please, just another.
Well, that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing these 2 different spaces that we stayed when we came to Taos. I loved both of them. Both of them were unique in their own way. The cute little motel trailer and then this adorable A-frame cabin. We did rent this on Vrbo, so I can leave the link to it in the description box below if you are interested in staying at this cabin. Thanks so much for watching my video until the end. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.